This video is on how to deal with excessive worrying. Hopefully you've seen part 1 and part 2 of my videos. If not, I recommend going back and viewing them, but here are the cliff notes. You need to understand 2 concepts. The first concept is anxious people use worry behaviours that are designed to prevent their fear from coming true or to avoid or reduce the uncertainty of not knowing what will happen. Watch my last video on worry behaviours or pause the screen now for a full list. And the second thing is there's 2 types of worries. Worries are either practical or hypothetical. Practical worries are things that we can actually solve in the here and now. They are problems that are actually happening. Then we have hypothetical worries. These are problems that might occur for which we have little or no control over. When we use worry behaviours on hypothetical worries, they are not actually effective. When our fear doesn't occur because it was never actually going to occur despite the action we took, we learn to hate uncertainty and we learn to use our worry behaviours more. So we need to learn to deal with these hypothetical worries in a different way. For this, we use a strategy called worry time. What is worry time? Worry time is a strategy that is designed to give you control over when and where you worry, and this can quickly reduce the amount of time you spend worrying. Within a few weeks of practice, most say they worry very little, and when they do, they can handle it better. So what exactly is worry time? Well, it's a 20-minute window a day where you're allowed to worry, but outside of this window, you do your best to postpone the act of worrying and not to use any of your worry behaviours. Worry time may sound really simple, but it's a really effective way on changing our relationship with worrying and to reduce the amount of anxiety that we experience. You may wonder why postponing our worries helps reduce our worrying. Well, it's a great metaphor for why worry time works. Imagine a parent was washing the dishes one day. Their young child, aged between 4 and 10, comes up to them and asks them to play. What would the child do if the parent just simply ignored them? It would, probably ask again and again. Maybe it would scream and shout as they feel they're not being heard. Well, that's exactly what a worry does. If you just try to ignore it, it gets louder. Now imagine the same situation, but instead of ignoring the child, the parent nicely and firmly told the child they would play with them in just a few minutes after they had done the dishes. The child is much more likely to go away for a few minutes until the parent comes to play. This is how worry time works. However, it relies on you actually doing the worry time. If you ignored your worry and then failed to do worry time, it's just like a parent promising their child they'll play with them and not. Would the child then listen to the parent the next time they promise to play with them later? The more you practice worry time, the more the worry learns to leave you alone. This gives you control over when you worry and when you decide not to. There are 5 steps that you must take to make sure worry time works. Step 1 is planning for when you're going to worry. So when's the best time to do this worry time? I would recommend early in the evening, around 7 p.m. It's the best time for most people. If you do it too late into the evening, it may disrupt your sleep. If you do it too early in the day, then you have to delay your worries until the next worry time tomorrow, which is a long time for some people. Where should you do this? The best time, it is best to have a regular place, somewhere quiet where you will not be easily disturbed. Try not to be distracted during worry time. Give it your full attention. How long should worry time be? 20 minutes is a good starting point. If you need more time, that's fine, but you can reduce this over time. Step 2 is to record your worries on a daily basis. Continue to complete your worry diary throughout the day. It is important that you write down your worries when they come to you. That way you can postpone them until later and come back to them during worry time. This will continue to increase your awareness of worries and help you classify them as hypothetical or practical and change how you deal with them. Step 3 is something we call refocusing. Remember, the point of worry time is to postpone our worries until later. This means we have to put the worries away and actually get on with our day. Once you've written down your worry, get back on with the task you're already doing or do something fun or interesting. And most importantly, remember not to use a worry behaviour or anything to prevent your fear from happening. Just postpone it till later. Step 4 is the act of worry time itself. So, worry time has arrived. You now have 20 minutes, or however long you set yourself, to worry. Get your worry diary out and think about the hypothetical worries you have written down. Try not to worry about any new or old worries that were not in your diary. What should you do during worry time? There is nothing that you have to do in particular during your worry time, other than look over your diary. It's the act of postponing your worry which has the most benefit. However, here are some ideas. Cross out any worries that you're no longer worried about. Do not try to solve these worries. Remember, you have little or no control over the outcome of hypothetical worries, so this will not help. If you notice that you are no longer worried about one of your worries, or it has resolved itself, reflect on what that means. Was your day better because you put off reacting to the worry until worry time? What does that say about your need to worry? Based on this, how will you react to your worries tomorrow? Once your worry time's over, you now have to refocus back on your day again. Just like with step 3, get back on with your day or do something fun or interesting. If you have any more worries, continue to write them down and bring them to tomorrow's worry time. Keep using worry time for a few weeks until you notice you're less anxious or you're worrying less, and over time you can reduce the amount of worry time needed. Just remember the concepts. You have the ability to refocus and postpone your worrying, with or without the use of worry time. The point of worry time isn't that you have to use it every single day forever. It helps you realise that your worry behaviours aren't necessary and that you have the capacity to not worry about things. It also helps you see that your fears often do not come true because you've done nothing to prevent them and no catastrophe happened. So make sure that you reflect on what worry time means for you and how it's going to change your relationship with worrying and your worry behaviours. If it's relevant to you, I have a self-help guide on Amazon on how to overcome worrying in the shortest time possible. For more information on how therapy can help you overcome your anxiety, please visit my website at canaria-cbt.com.